Hello my friends, this is Deborah and welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for stopping by to see what's new here at Prairie Rose Cottage and Garden. In today's episode, I'll be showing you all what I've done in my breakfast room to add touches of fall, and not a lot of fall because I'm just not overdoing it this year, and a couple of elephants in the room, if you will, and how I'm choosing to deal with them and work around them. And you know, a lot of times our homes just aren't perfect, but what I hope to do is show you all and encourage and inspire you on how to turn your decorating elephants into something beautiful that will enhance your space and that you'll love. Before we get into the video, I just want to speak about what you're seeing here up on the screen. You know, when I do my videos, my biggest wish is that you all find a memorable takeaway, whether it's something that I've said that touches your heart, decorating inspiration, or a solution to a design problem. And you know, either way, I appreciate you all so much, and I'm thrilled that you're here. Okay friends, now let's get into the video. This is a photo I showed you all in one of my past videos of the tiny breakfast room here at the cottage. It has an ugly, ill-placed, off-centered chandelier that I don't like, and the refrigerator, it sits right next to it on the right side, but I do love the window. So here's how I decorated the window using a large metal arch that I had to give it some much needed personality, and then I hung French linen curtain panels on a tension rod inside the arch to add softness and some definition. I also added bunches of dried roses that my hubby gave me a couple years ago to bring in a garden look to this area, and a few blue and white transferware teacups for fun, and you'll see how I added more blue and white touches to the breakfast nook in a moment. And here's a look back at the two skirted Parsons chairs that I picked up for just $40 each at an antique store, which you'll see how I use them in a moment. And in this shot, you can see how tiny the breakfast room is and exactly how that refrigerator fits there. All right, now let's take a look at the elephant in the room number one, which is this chandelier. And it's going to be replaced as soon as I find one that I love. I'm hoping to find a vintage one very soon. So anyway, it's so dated. The cord and chain are way too short, plus it's off center in the space. And really, what's a girl to do with this? In the photo, you can see exactly how short the cord is, so I can't even swag it to center it above the table. But what I did do was add some greenery, some autumn leaves, and white pumpkins to make it more palatable until I can find a chandelier that I do love. And now, before I show you how I decorated the breakfast room, let's take a look back at the before photos one more time just to compare. And here we are. I'm standing in the living room looking into the breakfast nook at this angle, and the door that you're seeing on the right is a utility closet, and the door on the left goes out to the garage, just so you kind of know where things are. And yes, that's a big yellow price tag that you're seeing there on the pedestal on the left in the breakfast nook. I left it there for a reason, which you'll see later in the video. I've been on the hunt for a 40-inch to a 48-inch round or square French country dining table with absolutely no success so far, but I will persevere and I'll find it. So in the interim, I'm using my desk, which folds out to this size that you're seeing here in the breakfast nook, and it actually makes a nice dining table for now. It's just a bit too long for the space, but it works for us as I continue to search for just the right table. Since I don't have a lot of wall space in the breakfast room, I knew that whatever I did place on the walls needed to really enhance it, and I kind of wanted a little bit of an art gallery look. So I chose to add some of my vintage art along with some ironstone plates that I hot glued blue and white transferware saucers to add another touch of the blue and white to this area. The breakfast room needed more light, but I didn't want a swag lamp in the corner or a floor lamp, and there certainly wasn't room for a table with a lamp on it. So I purchased a very tall and pretty column or pedestal, whichever you want to call it, from Hobby Lobby, and you can see the price tag on it. And then I added a lamp inside a terracotta pot with some greenery and fall touches, a blooming lamp, if you will, plus it adds to the garden feel of the space. The lamp also has a blue and white finial at the top for another touch of blue and white, and you'll see more close-ups of that in a few moments. I wanted to add a necessary bit of warmth to that white refrigerator there on the right, so I added my rust linen table runner from Ballard Designs, and it warmed it up perfectly. All of the art that is hanging in the breakfast nook is thrifted. I just love vintage art and always look for it when I'm out and about. The chunky gold frame that I hung around the floral picture was just $1.99 from Goodwill. It was such a good deal, and I love how the floral picture just sits perfectly inside it. And you guys, I just sort of quickly added this fall foliage and stuff to this pot, so I'm going to rework it a little bit later on to get it how I want it to look, but it works for now. This is another angle of the breakfast room looking from the kitchen, and you can also see a little bit of my office there through that doorway. You can see the casual place settings that I put together with my beloved rooster plates, along with the cream wooden chargers, thrifted blue and white plates, and woven placemats from Ballard Designs. I paired my ecru lace vintage napkins with rust linen napkins from Ballard Designs, and I tucked them inside grapevine mini wreaths for a rustic touch. Everything on the tablescape I have had for a while, except for the rust-colored linen pumpkins from the Dollar Tree and those cute mini acorns tucked in terracotta pots and moss, also from Dollar Tree. So now that you've seen the breakfast room, you can see how I just added a few touches of the blue and white to make it interesting, cohesive, and not overpowering. Okay, friends, so now let's talk about this beautiful cow painting that I purchased a while back and where I placed it in the breakfast room. I'm about to show you this ugly albatross and how I'm going to work with it and turn it into an attractive feature and disguise it. Are you ready? So here it is. Could this gas wall heater be any uglier? Such a decorating nightmare, right? When we asked about it, it was installed in the home as supplemental heating before the newer HVAC system was installed. It works perfectly, but it's disconnected and I'm not using it, nor am I going to look at it. So I'm going to have the hubs add a frame around it, then a board to the top of it to create a shelf that I can decorate. But I will also add a drop cloth skirt to the frame to cover the entire thing, and voila, it will be just a beautiful area to look at. And one last thing to share, my friends, before I close out the video, I made this sweet denim and lace pumpkin pillow cover, and it's available if you're interested. I'm hoping to finish a coordinating fall banner, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be super cute too. All right, my lovelies, that will do it for today's video, and I hope you enjoyed it, found inspiration, and feel optimistic about solving some of your own decorating dilemmas in your homes. Remember, there's always creative solutions, so don't get discouraged. Come back next week to see how I solved another decorating problem in my kitchen. I think you're really going to like this one. Until then, you all take care, my friends. Bye-bye.